What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the GameFreak. Today, we are going to talk about the Evercade Alpha again, and I'm going to compare this. I did a video maybe 2 videos ago, where I showed the dimensions of this thing, and I brought a tape measure in. I showed what the dimensions were. The Evercade Alpha is actually the exact, let's go this way. The exact same as, that Miss Pac-Man arcade 1-up. I mean, almost identical. It might be off by like an eighth of an inch on, I think the depth maybe. The Miss Pac-Man was like an 1/8 inch shorter, but like the width was almost spot on. In fact, I think the width on this Miss Pac-Man was 3/4 of an inch bigger than the Alpha. The height was pretty much spot on, and the screen is the exact same. So I did the dimensions for that, and I compared it to the Alpha. So that is spot on. I mean, that's what you're gonna pay for. That's what you're gonna pay almost $250 for. So what I wanted to show, because I'm getting a lot of questions, well, how much did it cost to build your Freecade? And that's my full-size arcade cabinet that is powered by my Evercade VS. So, I have the same options as the Alpha. If I wanted to, I could just add like a Raspberry Pi to this, and I could have all those games that are already on the Alphas, and I could add them to this. I could have the exact same thing, but a full-size version. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a size comparison. Obviously, we know the Alpha is a bar top or a countertop arcade, so it's obviously going to be way smaller than a full-size arcade like my Freecade. So here's a couple photos of it. Now, as you can see, big difference here. But what did I pay to build my Freecade? Did I pay $250 to build this thing? Well, look how small that Alpha is going to be. Just imagine that says like Street Fighter or Mega Man on it. Just imagine that Miss Pac-Man is the Alpha, because that is the exact size. That's what you're going to get, $250 for that. And I'm not bashing anybody that plans on getting this. I'm not even bashing Blaze or anything. I'm just going to answer some questions here that were asked. How much did it cost to build your Freecade? And you know what? I got the receipts. I got everything wrote down here. So, I paid $99 for that Miss Pac-Man. And like I said, exact same size as the Evercade Alphas. So, them Evercade Alphas, $250. So let's add this up. And I'm just going to act like I just got the VS. So I'm going to include that. I'm going to include what I paid for the Mayflash F300 arcade stick that's built into it. All right, so when I bought the Evercade VS, my receipt says I paid $110. So that's $110. The Mayflash F300 I got off of Amazon, same as the Evercade VS. I bought that off Amazon. I paid $60 for that. For the TV, the monitor, I got that off of Facebook Marketplace. It's a 32-inch Samsung. I got that thing for $25. Couldn't turn it down. You can find really cheap like TVs and monitors on Facebook Marketplace. There's people that just want to get rid of stuff like that because they want bigger TVs. So these are real easy to come by, and they're easy to find really cheap. You don't have to go to the store and get a brand new one and pay something outrageous if you're just going to build a cabinet like I did. And then last but not least, the lumber. This is solid oak. I went to a place, I don't know if you guys have it in your area, but there's a place around here, it's called Menards. I spent $50 on lumber, and that was it. And god damn it, now I just okay. So the total price of that, 110, $60, $50, and $25. It came out to $245 total if I would have bought all this stuff at once. Now, I obviously spent a little bit more money after that for like cosmetic reasons. Like I went and bought a couple paint markers so I could do a little bit of artwork on it. There is a 25-cent like coin dispenser, like metal picture that I bolted onto the front of it. I got that on Amazon for $10. I mean that was nothing. Paint markers aren't expensive. And then I got some like string lights. I think I got that at like the dollar store, and I just connected them. I mean they were dirt cheap. So I didn't spend like a whole lot on cosmetics. Eventually I think they're pronounced Sanwa uh, buttons, and I replaced my original Mayflash buttons that were in there, which are fine. You don't really have to replace them. I just wanted these Sanwas because they were purple and they match my cabinet, purple and black. So, and the topper. And I think them buttons and the topper all together were like $20. So that was just cosmetic stuff. I didn't add that stuff in. But the main things for this cabinet, yeah, came out to $245. And it's solid oak. And it's full size. So, if the Alpha with the tax and everything is going to be about $250, I actually spent less on a full size arcade cabinet by $5. I mean, even if you add in all these cosmetics, I'm still well under $300, and it's a full size cabinet. So that, I hope that answers some people's questions. They were saying, like I did. I got a lot of questions, especially on my the GameFreak Facebook page. A lot of private messages. How much did you spend to build that? I'm not trying to be nosy and stuff, and that's fine. You're not being nosy. You're curious. Maybe you're considering building your own, which is awesome, man. I hope more people do it. I'm not saying I want to take sales away from the alphas or anything. I do hope they sell well. I just think that they're way overpriced. And I know there's a lot of people that are like sticking up for the price too, which just shocks me because Evercade hardware is not expensive. It's not expensive to buy any of this unless you buy them from like a reseller, and then they're going to jack them prices up anyway. I've seen some VSs now going for almost $200, and that blows my mind. But yeah, you could even build these things cheaper than what I did with this VSR coming out. That's under $100, or pretty much $100. So I mean, you can save a few dollars there by purchasing that and building something. You just have to look around, man. Especially when it comes to the monitor, Facebook Marketplace is the way to go on that. I mean, you can't really beat that. So I do hope this answers anybody's questions on how much it costs to build a full-size like arcade cabinet like my Freecade. Not much at all. It costs even less for my 8-bit cabinet because I didn't pay for that wood. I had a bunch of scrap wood out in my garage, but that's a whole nother story. And I had to do a lot of sanding and painting on that one just to get it look good because it was scrap wood. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight so I could kind of say my cause, man. Like, this is, yeah, under $250 for a full size. I'm just mind boggled on the whole Alpha price point. I just don't think it's worth it. But I'm not gonna bash you if you're planning on buying it. I mean, if it works for you, maybe you don't have the room for a full size arcade. Maybe these are like perfect for you. So I mean, go for it. But all I'm saying is I don't agree with the price point, and I did build a full size arcade cheaper than what these alphas are going for. So I want to thank you guys for joining me once again. And if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out this channel a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. And until the next video, game on, everybody.